Hello and welcome to some TSW. We're checking out the latest DLC that just released today, the London Overground uh North London Line, but not North London Line. We're just gonna kinda hop right in, check out 378, take it for a spin on a few different lines. Seems like 45 minutes for the standard service. We'll do one starting at Stratford, actually. Yep. We'll do custom weather, a little bit of cloud, lots of wind. Oh, cloud, wind. And we'll make this August. And we'll hop right in. For those who haven't seen this route, it's Willesden Junction to Stratford. Was personally a favorite in TS1. I was a huge fan of the VR version that was made with. Let's get everything on. Doors. There we go. We need to be in forward for that to work. The TS1 route included a whole branch down this way. Included a big chunk of the West Coast Main Line all through here with the DC lines. It was absolutely amazing. But having this in TSW is super cool. And another huge thing with it was, well, hey, you've got a magic connector track between Great Eastern Main Line. Not sure where is it. The East Coast Main Line, Midland Main Line, West Coast Main Line, Great Western Main Line. You've kind of got most of the main lines connected. Plus, down here, the line would branch off, head down this way to Clapham Junction, then you got access to the whole South Coast. So, absolute tons of possibilities for rail tours, things like that. This is definitely one where having a weekend timetable with tons of rail tours or something weird would be cool. Alright. Probably lock the left, because there's nothing there. Where's our train? Where's our train? Let's get that set. Day running. Going. First stop, Hackney. Look at all the AI here. Greater Anglia, but not. Elizabeth Line, but not. Actually, those do have the TFL branding, so that's cool. We've got DLR over here. And we have tube trains, but of course, none of them are doing the thing right now. Oh, there we go. We have one coming up. There we go. 72 stock layered in. So yeah, Stratford's super busy. It looks amazing. We have London buses. We have 378s. All sorts of fun stuff. You definitely get the, this is a busy London route feel with this one, which outside of Brighton Main Line and parts of West Coast Main Line. I haven't felt that in TSW for a while, and it's fun. I like it. Whatever. Either way, I like this. From the little bit I've played so far, it's a blast. It's definitely a lot of stop go, but for those who like that, and even for those who don't, I realized it's nice. I'm usually not a huge fan of the super busy, dense commuter stuff, but there's a little bit of a challenge with how this one is. I mean, back in the day, it would have been even cooler, bouncing between third rail and overhead as much as they did, but alright. Pulling into Hackney Wick. Pretty much every single station is pull up right towards the end because everything is a 5-car train. I like the feel of the 378 too. It's a good stop go. And that's what it was built for, but I don't know, I like it. I like the texture. Shit blue. I mean, it's TFL colors, so good on TFL. Not literally like 10-15 second stops on this route. Don't have much time to look around. And straight to 4. Quickly take a peek on the inside while we're accelerating. Ooh. Very nice. Favorite thing of a 387, just looking through and watching the curvature. Very few routes, or very few trains like that in the US where you could just look through the whole thing and just watch it curve like that. I'm trying to think. I know some of the newer New York subway cars have that. Certain like street cars, I know Milwaukee's, when I was on that, you just can sit, but those are only 2-car units. The IC electrics at Union were kind of like that, with how wide the ends were between the trailer and the power car. Just absolutely, like, I mean, those are huge anyway. They're literal heavyweight coaches just with electric components strapped to them, but it's a cool feeling. Alright, coming into Homerton. I absolutely love them. I've only been in them once during a switch move, but seeing just how, well, pulling the cars out of 50th Avenue with ComEd 4, it was a super tight radius coming into 50th Avenue at the museum, but ending up just watching the curve through the train was absolutely insane. And not many things you see nowadays with that. I mean, open vestibules seem to be kind of the way of the future. Being able to see the whole length of the train means you're not really compartmentalized a little bit, but on our way to Hackney Central. Speeding is just way too easy with this one. There we go. I think once we do this first run, we will jump into a either freight run on here or possibly a rail tour I can slot in just with the free roam spawning, which is kind of cool. We're just going to open the doors here. We have a main line above. That's the other thing. There's an absolute ton of AI-only skins for this route. I believe the 166 has a skin for the Chiltern main line, which I forgot to mention earlier. That's on here. You've obviously got the DLR. You've got the 710 repainted into Elizabeth Line and Greater Anglia, I believe. I mean, it's fun because you've literally got AI simulated on pretty much every main line. I don't know if you have any on the Great Western main line, but you've got stuff on Mildmay Line. You've got the HS1 and ECML stuff, so it's quite busy. You could do a good just kind of day wandering around London and Train Sim World and train spotting, but I've been following the progress on this one pretty closely, and single guy made all of this. Obviously, assets and such are a mix of DTG and his own, but for a single guy working on this whole project, it's astonishing. There's a lot of the distant assets are actually from TS1, and he ported them over, which was a good time-saving measure. I don't think this would have been done otherwise, but we are now pulling into Dalston, Kingsland. I think somewhere up here might be the next stop. We get, yeah, here it is on the left. There's a DC only line that runs off that way. Parallels us for a little bit here. And then terminates up there on the left at kind of a transfer station. On the TS1 backdated route, I always loved this section here because you had Broad Street down here, and it was just super cool. It was a older terminus that got torn down, but definitely worth seeing in TS1. I'd love to see a backdated version of this in like 1980s BR, maybe early Network Southeast, but that's a long way away. The dev is very ambitious, and from what I've heard, has some very interesting future plans. But you will all have to wait and see what he comes up with next. There's a few flaws here and there. Track laying was done very, very early on, and the dev had learned a lot since the super early stuff, but in general, it's not the worst. This area specifically is one of the bigger controversial areas. I mean, if you zoom in, it's all over the place. But if you do the same in real life, it's not as jaggedy, but it's definitely swerving around stuff because there used to be platforms everywhere, and the whole track layout here has changed so many times over the years. Alright. Canterbury, platform 3 coming up. Start slowing it down. Probably do a proper stop. And about there. Let's try to get a screenshot. We'll do kind of low down. Change the time so we're actually in good lighting. We'll drop the exposure ever so slightly. Up the saturation. Add the grid lines in. Frame the left one. Do a little bit more cloud. And there we go. Screenshot. Alright, got about 10 seconds, and we will be off. I love that typical Electrostar horn. Oh yeah, we should turn on all the lights and sanders and everything, get all the achievements out of the way. One super fun thing is, by default, if you own this route, you'll be able to run the 378 on the West Coast Main Line. So I just updated the mod. I didn't make it, but I just downloaded the new update. It fixes one issue, I guess. The 377 included with the West Coast Main Line enhancement pack for some reason subs in on this route. So if you have the route update, if you have the update enhancement pack, or no, if you have the enhancement pack update, that way you don't have the 377 on here because it does weird things. But check it out because running the West Coast Main Line with newer scenery and nicer timetable is very fun. And seeing 378s on there is also very nice. I know we probably won't ever get it, but updates to the Brighton Main Line would be nice too, with a little bit of London Overground action, but we will have to see. Most of that would probably end up being AI stuff anyway. Really, the only services you could add are the 700, but there's a mod for that. Actually, that's an interesting idea. So the timetable with the 700 was released for anyone just to mess around with. I'm borderline tempted to see if adding the 378 would be possible. The big killer is going to be that timetable already took many hours to simulate. And I'm a bit more interested in the Sherman Hill one right now. I think what I'm just going to end up doing is, because I can't get the substitution stuff working, I'm going to pretty much just use the stock stuff as if it was like a DTG style timetable. And once I get substitution working, I'll update formations, things like that. So I'll still make some custom consists and stuff, so it's a little bit more diverse, but it definitely probably won't be the true mixed freight for the time being. I'd love it to be a little bit more accurate, but without requiring every single DLC, it's kind of impossible. All right, bring it to a stop. There we go. A little bit easier to see now. Did we forget to turn anything on? All those are on. We're good. Isolation switches. Good, I think. Get where the light or the inside is. But no. There we go. Probably in there. Back wall has all those flipped on. Maybe they are on. They might just be super dim in this. Because it's probably all just emissive lighting on these bars, but... Oh yeah. Proper PIS. Very nice. From what I gather as well, the dev pretty much just got all this signage from TFL directly. So really cool to actually have proper route maps and branded assets. It's not just here's your generic map. All these maps inside, super high res. All the newer updated stuff too with the new route names. Alright, got a little bit longer. Coming up on the East Coast Main Line and HS1 Mildmay Line. We've got Funky Bit with Jubilee Line, the Chiltern Main Line, and Mildmay Line again. Not a super long route, but the only thing that'd make it better is running all the way to Clapham Junction or Richmond, mainly because power changes are super cool. Really, the only route I know of for TSW that you actually do a power change is Southeastern High Speed when you're coming into Ebbsfleet, because you're swapping from third rail to HS1 overhead. And I think on the French high-speed route, you've got a quick power change right outside the station when you go from the local power and signaling system to TVM 430. I think that's it. I know TS1, you had the one on the Metro North route just before New Rochelle. I think what other routes had power changes for TS1? I guess, yeah, North London Line as well. Few stations out of Richmond where the underground branched off, but oh, where is it? Oh, King's Cross is over here. That's the East Coast Main Line. And then here's HS1, all the cement works, Mildmay Line, St. Pancras. We have an HST. I hear noises. There's trains. Oh, it's us. That's nice. We've got some... Oh, no, it was not us. It's a 700 coming from the lower level. So, supposedly... I saw a photo of a guy. He somehow made a trolley bus in TSW. Just your normal WASD controls. But in one screenshot, the guy looked like he had the poles attached to wires. I don't know how he did it or if he just positioned it perfectly. But if he figured out a way of doing poles, that would be very interesting. Because there's a lot of issues with making them either track the way you're going or... I mean, in real life, you've got poles that bounce off if you're not running properly. Or well, poles will bounce off if they want to bounce off. But in general... there's not a good way to simulate a failure like that. I mean, it'd be nice. Oh, you go somewhere with no wire, the pole jumps up, and then out of nowhere, you've got the catcher pulling the pole down, and you've got to go back and reset it, but... Yeah, message me on Discord. I'll send you the photo. It's quite interesting. I might need to bug the guy a bit. I will have to see if I can figure out where those were. Oh yeah, I found them. Just send me a message on Discord really quick and I'll post them in the chat. Okay. There we go. I don't have permission to share completely publicly yet, but if I get those, I will definitely promote the heck out of it. I guess it's from the same guy who made the completely standalone, I think, Russian switcher shunting locomotive. It's on the TSC mod site right now, but yeah, I don't know how he did it, if he set it up pretty much just like a normal pantograph and has it closer to like a locomotive, but I mean, I'd definitely look into if someone wanted to make CTA cars, or I mean a North Shore car would be nice, a CA&E car, something like Fox River would be a super easy thing to model, mainly because of how short it is, and you really only need 3 things to model their whole railroad. Get away with a North Shore car, a single CA&E steel, and maybe the 4000s. I mean, you could do the 6,000s, you could do the 45 tonner if you wanted, but in its simplest form, it could be done quite quickly. I've got the track laid for, well, the track and the LiDAR are all done. Mainly just custom assets, because 99% of it is going to be custom assets. But we'll see. Long term, I'd love to do IRM again, but I don't know how that would work. Mainly because you've got, I mean, you could start out with like a North Shore car, maybe it's difficult because how do you bundle a museum that has hundreds of locomotives and cars into a package that you would buy? Okay, you've got, I mean, the E5 set's completely too much for a single thing. That'd be its own $20-$30 pack with how much modeling goes into that. Maybe you could do a F unit in the bi-levels. That could work for diesel. Steam and TSW isn't amazing, but I wonder if something wacky like the Shea would actually be possible. I don't think anyone's done a geared steam engine. From a simulation standpoint, that actually might be easier to fake as a diesel or something, and then I don't know. Steam simulation has issues with the game. It's fun, but it's not great. For the rail tour, what are we thinking? Because my heart wants an 87, but I kind of just want to run an 87 across, and then let's bring it to a stop. What else could work? We could run Scotsman, or, well, a 33 could be nice as well. I don't know if anyone ever released outside of Creators Club an actual BR Blue 33, but if one ever gets made or published, I definitely could see some fun rail tours with that. And just some of the lineups of BR Blue stock at Heritage Railways is super cool to see. I know there was the one staged photo op of, I forget, it was like 10 Western Region hydraulic locos, all staged, brand new BR Blue paint, cleaned up. It was amazing. Some of the things the British preservation scene done is absolutely insane. I'll have to see if I can find it. I don't have permission to show it on stream, but I wish I did. There's a really good night shot of it as well, because the guy just did a huge photo charter pretty much, but absolutely wild. Hampstead Heath. Try not to fly through too quickly. A little more, little more. There we go. Yeah, if you have any questions about the route, let me know. I've got a few hours before I have to go to bed for work, so Should be enough, hopefully, to kind of show off most, if not all, the route and all the fun features. Got one more stop until we see the Mildmay Line and more, hopefully, really cool AI stuff. Always nice when God mode works. You can actually spawn all the fun stuff. Yeah, the big thing with doing any traction stuff, if you could get poles working, even on just like a moving block as like a test bed, that could be great. But you also need good 3D models. Oh, we're gonna throw it into emergency because that platform was very quick. Right outside the tunnel there. Oh, we'll have one car. Well, most of it. It's fine. Just open a few of the doors. It'll be fine. I know I've got a few friends who've got really detailed models. I'm not gonna open that one. That feels cool. Let the passengers out right on the spot. You shouldn't have passengers. Yeah, sounds moderately difficult, but I mean, a good audio recording and knowing the places and the people, just to be able to literally take a car out for a spin. I know Fox River on the stretch between the Forest Preserve and when it meets up with the path would be super nice, because it's actually a little bit hilly. And I mean, I got the North Shore car up into 5, which isn't super aggressive, but you at least got a little bit of traction motor grumble on that. If you did IRM, you could do between Karstens and Johnson. I wouldn't want to do... Well, east of Johnson could work, but you've got the really high voltage power lines there. And it's subtle, but it does make an audible hum that's way worse on video. At some point, I need to bug people whenever I'm back and see if I can do it. Because I definitely need to try a North Shore train. The biggest thing I want to try is a 2-car. I mean, my favorite combo that was moderately common was 749, 251. Okay, Karstens Johnson, yeah. That would probably be the best. I mean, obviously you're not going to get recordings of one at 90, but you could kind of make it work. I mean, the traction motors would probably sound the same. Your running sounds would be the bigger difference, but the one big issue with pretty much every museum is jointed rail. You're going to hear any running sounds are going to just be constant jointed rail. I know... I don't know if the North Shore... Did the North Shore have welded sections? Or was it all jointed rail back then? Because I swear some interurban experimented with welded instead of jointed at some point. line was it? It might have been like, maybe they were just an early adopter. What was it? Maybe Shaker Heights? I don't know, one of the lines had, I swear I heard something about it. And now I'm missing stations because I'm trying to remember what railroads have welded rail. Interurban welded rail. I don't know. Somewhere there's something about one of the railroads had something, but yeah, if North Shore and CA&E had jointed, those would be the main ones. I mean, CTA's, I think, welded now. That would be weird if they were all jointed. I don't know when they would have swapped over. Because I know welded rail in the like traditional sense of what you think of today hasn't been around super long. That would make sense up on the structure if they haven't updated it. I mean, there's probably not much time to completely take a section out. '50s or '60s. Okay. Oh yeah, because I guess there were some early experiments. I feel like it was a PRR, but I don't know. There's too much history. It all blends together after so long. If only there was a display case that had information on welded rail. I wonder where one of those could be. Alright. Oh, we completely missed that. I got distracted on welded rail. Where are the bridges? Can we see them? There are main lines. Enjoy AI trains. There's of course no AI. Oh, we have one AI. I'll probably just run around, but oh, that would be interesting. Especially if that was contracted out, because at that point I would almost expect, if you've got the contractors there, finish off as much of the car line extension as possible. Yeah, I remember a few of the trips. Didn't really notice the track, but then there was that big dip by 251 that would make things interesting. I don't know, I'm hopeful at some point soon-ish, whenever I can get back the what's it called? At least crossing over the volunteer entrance would be done. That's one of those things I feel like should be done sooner than later. But I guess ultimately it wouldn't matter too much. that's... I'm trying to remember. 371 is just before 4 Mile, right? Like 3.5 miles in, I think. I just realized I'm probably an absolute idiot for not realizing this. Are the signal numbers mileposts? I never thought about that until now. Oh my gosh. It's one of those things that makes so much sense, but no one has ever said that. I actually had no idea there was a signal ID on that far signal. I've only ever seen the traffic cone in the middle of the gauge, but... Huh. That's actually super interesting. Alright, crawling up to a red signal here. Let's put the brake handle on, turn on our... Oh boy. DSD is not on the Y keybind here. Where is DSD? AWS reset. Is this not... Oh, DRA. That's what I meant. Okay, what are we waiting for? Okay. Rail vehicle obstruction. Let's remove that. Shouldn't have to do that, but something's up. Let's... Yeah, that would confuse most of the dispatchers. Okay. Traffic seems to be flowing now. Mostly. I should be able to move soon. We've got 2 trains ahead of us. They'll take their quick stops. Oh. Huh. Wow. Okay. I didn't expect the substation to get done that quick. I mean, I know it's been a few years of getting parts, but... What was the main goal with that? Just have a secondary dividing the east and west parts of the railroad again? Or... Because from what I gather, there wasn't going to be much change in how the performance is. Okay. Because I remember at one point, with how often some of the high performance cars would trip it, there was talks of making it a little bit more powerful, but the parts they could get ended up not being better. They were just equivalent or something. I don't know, it's been a year plus since I talked DC line, but... Okay, that makes sense, yeah, the car line and Okay. And they were both running off the big one for the last year or two, I thought. Okay. Well, now that we're getting signals, we should be good into Willesden once the next train ahead of us clears. I think we just got a TPWS thing because we're going too quick over a restricting. Okay, put it back. Emergency and reset. Oh, wait, what is going on? ERA. Braking off. Hard not to. It was all over. What is going? Oh, okay. That was fun. Good old reset physics button. Super helpful. I'm excited to see if that gets restored. Well, I mean, not anytime soon. You've got a lot of stuff that needs to be done, but at some point having another HEP locomotive is going to be very useful. Interesting thing from Steam Preservation World. I was sent a video today. I guess Sioux Line 2425 is being restored. And I guess there's a small scenic railroad out in Kentucky that purchased it and sent it off to be fixed. So that'll be interesting. I guess it was originally a Wisconsin Central loco. Stored in North Dakota for a few years and then moved to Wisconsin and then the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Alright, coming into Willesden Junction here. We've got the TMD down here, 710s, 378s. There we go. Let's head back to the main menu and then We'll start from Willesden this time. We'll do about 10. It'll be a little bit slower. Thank you for watching. Alright, let's do an 87. So, there's the 87. We'll do some Mark 3s. Actually, let's jump down to the lower level. Map around. Where is the exit here? It's probably over this way. Shelter. Here it is. Okay, platform 4 and 5.
Please keep personal belongings with you at all times. Any unattended baggage will be removed.
It's such a weird way of getting here. Holy cow. Oh. Hop down here. We will start the 87. Actually, we have gotten Constant Man's favorite. Ouch. Yes, that area is blocked off. Okay, so we will start up here. Do the 87. BR Blue, because it's a proper scheme. Intercity is also good, but BR Blue is cooler. Alright. Pop up here. Down. Let's get master key on, reverse or forward, AWS on. That's done. Alright, set our path from here to Stratford. I think we can set it for that platform. Have to wait for the overground train to get out of the way, but yeah, should be good. There we go. We got our yellow. Brakes. Tap changer going. Apply the locomotive brake just a bit so we don't roll back. Slowly away we go. like we'll have a end limit as we join up with the main line here. Down a little bit. If we go slow enough here, we'll actually be able to get up to speed. It's up to speed's only 45, but put it up a little bit into the yellow, losing a bit of speed here. Our tail end is, well, we're slowly in there. It's a longer train, but get a nice shot. I missed the time to get the bus, but I want to be out the time. Oh, we got another bus. There we go. Okay, let's drop our field of view, go back a little bit, increase it just a tad. Do something a little funky like that. Probably increase it just a little bit more. There we go. And as always, you need a little bit of cloud, but not too much. Then can we blur? Oh, that's interesting. Could make it what do we want depth of field, the focal point. That should work. Okay. There we go. When in doubt, take a screenshot, guys. We stop. We need more power. Run it up, right up to the red. Not into the red, that's bad. We're a rail tour. We can stop and do a launching start for all who are on the train. Have to get across that switch, and there we go. Window is open, window is open. straight to 45. Well, that was a nice little higher speed start there. We're going to be following that one service all the way to Stratford, so we'll probably stop once or twice and do another one of those. Crawl until we start getting more favorable aspects. Looking on the top right of that, we've got a while. Not many signals in the next little bit. There we go. Cleared the next station ahead of us. Let's move to stop. Just passed as if we were going. It only fit a few train cars though. Ooh. There we are. That's what we'll do. We'll watch AI. So there's the 166, 165. There's a Jubilee Line train. And another. Alright, that should be good enough. At least start moving a little bit. Run it all the way up again. does absolutely nothing. That was fun. I can see the barrels. I should probably switch right here. And of course I won't yellow. Let's release the brakes. Alright. We'll go a bit slower this time. Just do a much more gradual. I can imagine rail tours going across here are pretty much a constant stop and go, but branching off on the left here. Got a 710 city side there. Well, platform not siding. That line is also available, so you could route hop between the two here. And I don't think the Goblin line would have this sub in on the main route, but it would be interesting to see there's AI only at last blow quick. Oh boy, that almost 1% grade will take more frame rate. I like the flange to be over here. I don't know if it's tight enough in reality to do it, but... love to accelerate through here, but we've got a restricting aspect previously. Like in between all the buildings of London here. Got free drink coming our way too. That's what I bet we're waiting for. We're probably waiting for the freight train to head down to the West Coast Main Line connector there. Where's the still nickel main line? No, the Goblin Line's one that has the connection with the Nickel Main Line. Okay, yeah, so that's West Coast Main Line. Oh, I guess we're not waiting for the freight train. Okay. Well, we stopped at the signal perfectly, but... looks like we got the signal into the platform. Our EWS-66. Good mix of containers behind it. Here's some lovely London action. Good variety of HSTs. See a 395 down there. whole signaling layout around this area is super weird, but got a good little wobble going on, back and forth here. 30-40 limit, sure. Actually be able to overtake this huge amount of passenger trains. Sweet. Take advantage of this. Oh no, we don't get to overtake. That's I got really excited there. Oh yeah, it goes back down there. Well, in theory, if we timed it right, actually that could be an interesting scenario where you're on a rail tour and you actually have to overtake a train here, but if you're too late, you get delayed more. I mean, because you could set it where the AI would move past that station until you've gone through a marker on this track here. From 3-track down to and splits back out again on the other side. I don't know how often the track on the far side heats up and used. The only thing I could think would be 387 or that 378 ECS moves to this, but I'm guessing there's some other people that those would be serviced at. Trying to trip the TBWS because I think that's implemented at lower level and not the logo, but actually I don't know. If your logo doesn't have TBWS, well, it wouldn't trip in real life, but I don't know about the game. I was gonna say, could set a waypoint to run on the wrong side for a bit, but we actually stopped. And so we wait. I always like just sitting back and just listening to the noises, especially on the 87 here. It is so good. Blower's super loud, but the little bit of traction motor noise you get is so good. Not 100% sure these run the same way as some of the other electric stuff I'm familiar with, but I can imagine running it in a lower resistance like I've been doing, and then just kind of crawling around. I mean, your grids will get super hot. You need that motor running pretty much max speed to make sure things don't overheat. Back down to 2 tracks, 3.3 miles from Stratford. Just kind of rocking along. But we've got a trip each way. For the time being, I think that's pretty good. Sometime, hopefully soon, I can start messing around with the Sherman Hill stuff again. I'll leave the Jeep and SD40 subbing together because that worked. But the general 4 I don't think it's worth spending or putting off the rest of the timetable for so long. Or at least just trying to start working on it. We'll probably start making some generic formations. We'll have to see how memory is as well, because I know there's been a lot of issues with excess memory usage on groups and things, but the problem is with US stuff is every train looks different. We're not going to have many freight trains that look similar at all. Every manifest would have to be different. Intermodal trains you can kind of cheat, but even still, you should have international versus domestic, and that's 40 foot versus 53 foot containers. Sometimes you'll have that like combo train. I don't know if UP's running those out west. Out this way though, the only time I've seen mixed international domestic are when they seem to get combined in Rochelle or Clinton and then run into the city as one train. Ooh, got some 710 action going on overhead over there. Hey, finally double yellow. How far are we going? Here today. One more station. We'll turn the head west. And then we should be moving to the platform. We have a green. One last very quick acceleration to get into a stop. Sit back and listen to the noises. wonder, with how many units there are out on the line, I wonder how many actual like formations it takes to run the whole line. It's always been something that interests me, just the stock allocations of, okay, so we need this many to run the whole thing. Where are we pulling them from? What depots? I mean, here most of it's based out of this, I assume. I don't think there's any other lines that come through. I mean, there's connectors to other lines. I don't think they're used just to provide stock for the Norfolk line. Alright, 25 limits. Last station before Stratford. Then drops down to 20. Good thing is that service just got out of our way, so that's probably us cleared over the junction, across the London Overground trackage, and go to Stratford, main Stratford platforms. Out on the Mildmay Line. Alright, got this track veering off to the left here, which I believe takes you towards the Eurostar Depot, but more importantly, DLR track. DLR is a weird system, completely automated, no drivers at all. Cool, but weird. That bus is flying along there, like, holy cow. Well, as we're going to Stratford, thank you all. Hope you enjoyed it. It was an interesting night, good conversation, good people, good trains. I'm enjoying this new route. I hope at some point we get some really cool, either alternate timetables or scenario packs, just utilizing some of the weirder routings on here. I mean, I'd love if there was a scenario pack where, oh, hey, you start out on, I don't know, probably West Coast Main Line, because it's the simplest. Work your way up, maybe swap over to Goblin, do a rail tour around there. I don't know. Maybe something weird like London Euston to Milton Keynes to Gospel Oak. That's a cool little race right there. All the 378s parked up. Got the various 710s in their skins. Lovely Elizabeth line branding. Got a little bit of everything here, actually. DLR, all of those. We've got Jupiter, 72 stock. Got the English range, got that. You got the London buses. Ooh, different London bus. Not an RT or an RM, but we are crawling. Holy cow, we should probably. Before we completely block the whole main line for hours. Now, if only we had the Great Eastern Main Line with the wow, 86 and the Mark II driving cars that they used to run. Push-pull and braking basically pick up as much as it did out here in the US. Most of our computer systems are push-pull, but it seems like most other countries didn't really like it that much. I mean, Germany nowadays has good iCAD cars. A lot of other stuff's just EMU without. Almost wondering if it's going to give us out of bounds there, because we were definitely fairly Alright. There we go. Seems to work. Okay. Oh, there's literally the wall for out of bounds. Oh, that was fun. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and